And today we are going to do my homemade burritos. Starting off, we will use fresh ground beef, beef for the seasonings for the beef for the burritos is real important. That's what gives it the flavor to begin with. I use fresh ground black pepper, sea salt, a little bit of garlic seasoning, my Cuban spices, which are salt, paprika peppers, chili peppers, and Italian seasonings. I like this blend for the meat to give it the spices. Of course, we're just going to brown that like you're doing spaghetti type thing, and we'll get back to the meat. Also, we're going to use beans. It's going to be beef, beans, and rice, and some enchilada sauce. I'm going to use black beans. That's my preference. You can use whatever you prefer. And a can of enchilada sauce we'll use as well. And we'll use a combination of that stuff with some jalapeno peppers, some sweet peppers, avocados, and a few other things. Okay, and we'll put some, spice it to the way you like it. Keep in mind that we're going to get inside here and we're going to mix this all up with our hands, so a little bit of salt. Uh-oh. They're calling the Batman. Patience, grasshopper. Alright, let's see what we got here. You ready? Just get on in it like that. Now, of course, I'm cooking for myself, and I know my hands are clean. If you're cooking for dinner guests or just want to be a little bit more sanitary, you can use those plastic gloves. But obviously I'm cooking for myself and I know my hands are thoroughly clean. Get that all mixed up real good. Kind of like if you were making some good old hamburgers or some good old meatloaf. And of course, once we're done mixing all these spices up here, we're going to throw it in a frying pan. We're going to brown it up just like if we were making some kind of spaghetti or something. Okay, and we'll get that stuff in a pan here with some other stuff here in 1 second. Guys, we're about to fire up the stove and get some heat going. Medium heat on the burger and the light heat on the enchilada sauce and the black beans, and light heat back here on the assortment of peppers also. So there's our jalapeno sweet peppers. In some light olive oil, a little bit of Cajun sauce seasoning on those. Back here in the back, we have the enchilada sauce that all we're simply going to do is warm it up. Black beans, same thing. Going to get those up to a medium heat and get them nice and warm and drain them and use those. And we're going to brown our seasoned beef. Guys, we now have successfully made us some rice. Our seasoned beef is ready. Our mixture of jalapenos and sweet peppers, look at that. You should have just smelt that while I was cooking it. Unbelievable. The house completely smells like that right there. And over here, once again, just the enchilada sauce warmed up, and obviously the beans, my preference, black beans. Now we're going to take all that fun stuff here, a little bit of a chore here, but we're going to throw all that stuff inside of one of these right here, my flour tortillas. And we've got a baking pan here. That white stuff there, that is actual spray it so we can get it out. I use a butter flavor spray, to be able to get them out once we get them all loaded in. Next video will be all of this stuff here combined into this right here to go inside that right there for your home burritos. Okay, we are at the point where everything is ready to be put into the flour tortilla. So here we go. Real simple. I like to take a little bit of this enchilada sauce that we have over here that's warmed up. I like to spread it around on the tortilla. Okay. Then I like to get over here. Hands are 100% thoroughly cleaned. I'm cooking for myself, but you know, hey, if you're cooking for friends, you can always put on gloves, or they'll have to understand that you obviously wash your hands. So we're going to get a nice little layer of rice here. Okay. Then we're going to step up here. I've drained the black beans. Okay. So we're going to run some of the black beans down here. Get those in here. Once again. Okay, and we're going to, this beef tastes phenomenal, by the way. Turned out really good. Spices turned out real good in the beef. So, doctor this up like so. Okay. The jalapenos and sweet peppers. These smelled so good when we were cooking them. Some of these jalapenos in here. Yeah. Let's see. Just a few of these onions as well. Of course, if you don't like onions, you don't need to put them in. A little bit of cheese. We can put a little more of that enchilada sauce on here just to make sure, because we're going to throw this in the oven for about 10 minutes. We're going to preheat the oven to about 350, and this is just a way I kind of add something on there to make sure that, you know, we don't dry everything out. Okay, so then we're going to take it here. Don't worry about anything dropping out, because we're going to make several. The stuff that I've made here is going to wrap everything up, and we're going to make about probably 5 or 6 of these actually. And then once we get this here, I don't know if you can see or not, but I have a container over here, and we're going to put them in this last container I showed earlier. We're going to continue to make the rest with this. We'll get about probably 5 or 6 of these out of here, and then we're going to put those in the oven. So right now the oven is actually being preheated at about 350, and once everything's made up, we'll have it in there for about 10 minutes. Final product. Got these guys ready to go. Got the burritos rolled up, and on top right there, what you see, guys, is the remainder of the enchilada sauce that we poured on top, and sprinkle some cheese. The oven has been preheated at 350, so we're going to go ahead and throw these here in the oven, and we're going to actually just put them in for about, careful there, okay, and we're actually going to put those guys in for just at 350. It's been preheated for about 10 minutes now. And then we're going to run that in there for about 10 minutes and pull them out and be ready to go. This is my burrito at home. Everything, you saw how we made it. On top here, what I've done is I've added a little bit of lettuce, nothing overboard, a little bit of fresh cut tomatoes, sour cream, guacamole, a little bit of fresh ground pepper. Over there I have one of those peppers that you see, one of those jalapenos, with some onions and some avocados as well. So if you actually make this, hope you enjoy it, because we're about to.